In finding ways to think more deeply about who you are as a leader and some of your deeper layers, I've talked about the Johari window as being a useful frame for that. One of the areas that's good to think about is the blind spot, things that aren't known to you, but that are known to people around you. And so ways you can find that out is by taking feedback, 360s, from your teams and so on. One of the challenges can be that sometimes these behaviours can be valuable to you. They will have served you well in the past. And I was thinking of an example of one of my clients. We were in one of our regular weekly meetings, and we were talking about the bursts of creativity that they have as the leader. And really, what it brought to mind for me was this idea of a shadow side. The thing that the behaviour that you value a lot, there's always a counter side to it. And so people around them experience this creativity almost as like a pushing away and not listening by this person. So, and they hadn't really been able to stop and think about that before. So I think from the point of view of framing that thinking of how do I understand myself a little better, if I were to have said to them, the way you pour out creative ideas drowns people in them, that probably wouldn't have been welcomed, because it was really, their perspective was this is one of their most valuable features. What we were able to talk about is what underpins that, why the super creativity, the value they saw in it for them and for the other people. And I think the aha moment they had for themselves was, maybe they don't need this right now. Maybe there's something for me. I'm doing it for me, not for them. So there's lots to think about in that. But that was quite a difficult thing to think about. So an aspect of the blind spot is when you hear about it, you will probably go, I don't like it, it's not me, it's not what I meant. And the instinct will be to try and address it. In a coaching relationship, what one will be doing is finding ways to reflect upon it and to understand what might be behind it. The other side of this is the facade, where there are things that aren't known to others but that are known to you. And it might be, these are all interrelated, but that comes to, for instance, if I'm working with a client who is intensely risk averse, there will be an aspect potentially, perhaps they've had early experiences of financial risk in the family. There'll have been some experience, maybe they, as a young manager, did something terrible which meant they're never going to make that mistake again. Finding teams that have a little bit of a deeper understanding of some of your stuff then tend to work more cohesively together, because they appreciate why you respond in a certain way. So speaking for myself, I know that I respond to aggression in a very particular way. And so in teams, if they can understand that, they can really appreciate where I'm coming from when I perhaps don't comply when somebody starts being unduly aggressive in a work environment.